Hello friends, in this video we will talk about famous prison escape stories from around the world, whether it's about the method used, the person who executed it, or even the number of people involved. However, one of the strangest stories among prison escapees is that of the Japanese Yoshi Shiratori, due to the reason behind it being a protest against the treatment of prisoners by guards in Japan, known for its harsh conditions. Despite escaping from prison 4 times for the same reason, Shiratori has become a popular folk hero today, known as the Legend of Escape. There's even a permanent exhibition dedicated to him in one of the prisons he escaped from, featuring sculptures. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to receive updates on new content. Yoshi Shiratori. From a simple worker to a murder suspect, Yoshi Shiratori was born in 1907 in the mountainous town of Tohoku, Japan. After growing up, he worked at a shop selling the famous Japanese sweet, toffee. Later, he took up fishing. However, during this time, Shiratori fell in with some bad friends who introduced him to the world of gambling and petty crime, which brought him to the attention of the police. In 1936, he was arrested for murder, a charge he denied, claiming a local gang had framed him. Unfortunately, he was convicted of the murder and sent to a Mori prison. Prison life in Japan at that time was a real nightmare due to the brutal treatment inside, where prisoners were frequently tortured by guards. Attempts to escape Japanese prisons were common but largely unsuccessful until Shiratori broke the mold by rebelling against the harsh treatment they faced. Shiratori devised a clever plan for his first escape in 1942. He meticulously studied the guards' schedules and identified security weaknesses. He found a 15-minute window during which he could flee. On the chosen day, Shiratori woke up early, picked the lock of his cell with a wire he had secretly obtained, and placed makeshift dummies in his bed to make it appear as if he were sleeping. This gave him enough time to escape unnoticed. After his escape was discovered, a manhunt was launched, and Shiratori was recaptured just 3 days later. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. World War II changed Yoshi Shiratori's life path. After escaping from a Mori prison, he was transferred to Akita prison, known for its severity. Prisoners were forced into hard labor, slept on concrete floors, and were continuously shackled, even while sleeping. Shiratori's fate worsened when he was placed in solitary confinement due to his record of escape attempts. Despite the harsher conditions, Shiratori found a new way to escape. He gradually loosened his shackles by using rainwater until one rainy night when thunder masked the sounds, allowing him to slip through a ventilation hole and regain his freedom just 3 months after arriving at Akita prison. After his third escape, Shiratori managed to evade the police for several months, hiding in an abandoned mine where he foraged for food. Unfortunately, he was recognized by a farmer who mistook him for a thief. In the ensuing confrontation, the farmer was killed by the escaped prisoner. Shiratori was captured again and sentenced to death. He was imprisoned in Sapporo prison, where 6 guards were assigned to watch him 24/7 through a tiny opening in his cell, smaller than his head. Despite this level of surveillance, Shiratori managed to execute another plan, digging a tunnel directly under his bed at night using a special container for miso soup. In a strange turn of events, Shiratori himself revealed his whereabouts after his 4th escape, sitting on a chair beside a police officer who didn't recognize him and even offered him a cigarette, leading to his recapture. Fortuitously, Shiratori's return to prison coincided with reforms in Japan's prison system. His confession that he had escaped to escape the humiliating conditions he faced led to sympathy from the court, which overturned his death sentence and commuted it to 20 years imprisonment. He requested to be transferred to Fuchu prison in Tokyo. During his final stint in prison, Shiratori did not attempt another escape. He was released early for good behavior in 1961 and lived his remaining years freely until his death in 1979.